Good morning, everybody. 9 a.m. on this Monday. Thanks for tuning in to Daybreak here on WGRZ+. And we want to begin with a look at some of those power outages that we've had this morning. This is a look at the NYSEG power outage map, and you can see everywhere south of Buffalo right now. That's where you're seeing the power outages in Western New York. More than 15,000 people were in the dark earlier this morning. Those numbers are slightly improving, and Daybreak's Rob Hackford has been following the power outage list for us this morning and showing us where things stand now. Good morning, Rob.
Yeah, Melissa, we've kind of reached status quo here with the lights coming back on. Crews will be getting outside to make these repairs. You mentioned that downward trend that we've been seeing. We're still tracking a few trouble spots, though, starting with NYSEG as well. There are about 1,400 customers in Lancaster without power, another 600 in Orchard Park, which is down from where we were just about an hour ago, 2 hours ago even, and about 1,000 customers spread across East Aurora, Boston, Hamburg, and Holland. We're under 3% now of NYSEG customers without power in Erie County, and that's for the first time this morning. Taking a look at the southern tier here, National Grid, this is their trouble spot with about 3,400 customers without power in Chautauqua County, slightly higher than an hour ago, believe it or not. The same 1,700 in Cattaraugus and 1,900 in Erie County. If you draw a line, as you mentioned, they're mostly south of Buffalo. Lakeview is kind of the line of delineation here. Largest outage right now in the Dunkirk-Fredonia area, about 1,400 customers without power there. Then it's some smattering of power outages, 200 here, 300 there, Ripley, Lakewood, East Otto, Cuba as well. It was already a busy weekend for National Grid crews. They had about 50 broken poles because of the wind in the southern tier. We saw a roof blown off in Jamestown. They brought in some extra crews knowing that this next weather system wasn't going to be too friendly either.
We worked through the night, Friday into Saturday, and got almost everybody restored. And at the same exact time, we were preparing for the second weather event. It started with this afternoon's high winds, and as part of our preparation for that, we did bring in some extra crews, and we're always keeping an eye on the weather. We're always here for our customers, and we know nobody likes to be without electricity, but Mother Nature is a tough opponent, and we always have to prepare. We prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Well, Bertola says if you are a National Grid customer, you can text REG to 64743 to get outage updates. You can also text out that same number to report an outage. If you don't see your area on the map, if you have a smart meter, of course, so those are being installed across Western New York, but those will immediately notify your utility company. One of the advantages, Bertola says, of that equipment. Now, again, we've seen these numbers gradually trending downward in Western New York, expecting to continue in that direction as the lights come on again. And if you do have an issue, you're asked to call your utility provider first. If you do have issues beyond that, feel free to reach out to us. On your side in the newsroom, Rob Hackford, Channel 2 News.
Yeah, Rob, thank you. And a reminder, you can get the latest Storm Team 2 updates right now on the WGRZ app. It's free to download on the App Store and Google Play. And also a reminder, there are a lot of street lights and signals that are out right now because of the wind knocking out power. So if you do come up to a signal that's out, you're supposed to treat it as a four-way stop. 9:03 now on Daybreak, and 8 people are without a home because of a fire that happened in Buffalo's University District over the weekend. Firefighters responded to this 2-story apartment building on Minnesota Avenue just before 5 o'clock yesterday. Crews say the fire started on the second floor before eventually spreading to the attic.
The crews did a great job. They got the lines in place. We had to do some opening up to get to the attic because it's not a walk-up attic like we normally have. So we were able to get it under control pretty quick.
Fortunately, no one was hurt. Fire crews say that they are estimating the damage to be around $150,000. And the Red Cross is also helping 7 people following this apartment fire. According to the Tonawanda Fire Department, it happened around 10:30 Saturday night in a first-floor apartment on Young Street. Officials say the fire also spread to an upper apartment and the attic. No one was hurt, but damage there is about $300,000. It is 9:04 now, and Lockport police are investigating a deadly stabbing this weekend, and state police now say they have their suspect in custody. Officers were responding to a report of a stabbing on Friday just before 3 in the afternoon on Genesee Street near Washburn Street. When police got there, they say that they found a woman who had been stabbed. They took her to Lockport Memorial Hospital, where she later died. Now, police have identified the suspect as Isaiah Williams. State police arrested him Saturday in Pendleton and turned him over to Lockport police. Investigators believe the stabbing was not random and that the two people knew each other. Williams is now charged with murder and is being held pending arraignment. And take a look at these massive flames damaging several properties in Amherst over the weekend. The Maine Transit Fire Department shared these photos, saying live electrical wires sparked this fire Saturday morning, with reports of a fence catching on fire. It happened on Palmdale Drive near Maple Road. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but crews had to keep their distance until National Grid shut the power off. Fire officials estimate the damage around $25,000. And we have an update about a crash that happened in downtown Buffalo, right at the Chippewa Party District. We're told 2 women are recovering from head injuries this morning. This was at Delaware and West Chippewa around 3 a.m. Saturday. A spokesperson for the Buffalo Police Department says 2 cars collided, and then that impact caused them to hit a third car. No one was inside that third vehicle, but police say the 2 women who were injured were inside the same vehicle. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. All right, switching gears now to some happier news as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. The annual St. Patrick's Day parade took over downtown Buffalo yesterday. Of course, the Old Neighborhood Parade was on Saturday, but Western New Yorkers filling the streets for all the festivities. And 2 on your side's Nate Mills shows us what Sunday's parade looked like.
Well, Buffalo concluded its weekend-long celebration of Irish heritage with a St. Patrick's Day parade right here on Delaware Avenue that brought the entire community together.
It's spring right now. The sun is shining. You know, it's snowing in Toronto. The sun is shining in Buffalo. Where else would you rather be than the sun shining in Buffalo?
The annual parade Sunday before St. Patrick's Day marks a changing of seasons in Buffalo. And it's a celebration baked into the city's lore that holds true through generations in Western New York.
We just love St. Patrick's Day. It's because it's a tradition for us and we love it.
Last year's parade had limited features because of the messy weather, and the days leading up to Sunday followed a similar projection. But the day's mild temperatures made downtown more congested than usual.
I work downtown. I love it. I never see it this lively, so it's great.
This event brought thousands of people to the streets in downtown Buffalo, and really it's the first event all year that has heightened the foot traffic in the city. On your side in downtown Buffalo, Nate Mills, Channel 2 News.
Nate, thank you. Okay, so the Saturday parade was cold but dry. The Sunday parade was warm and dry. But the actual St. Patrick's Day is just going to be one of the coldest ever.
I'm going to go verify this. I think if we have a high of 24 or less, I think it would be the coldest daytime high for a St. Patrick's Day. I will verify that. By the way, it's 60 now in Buffalo. It's 6 in Minneapolis. 10 times colder in Minneapolis than it is in Buffalo. So that is a sign of some of the colder air that's coming. In fact, at noon today, it'll be around 60. The wind chill at 7 a.m. tomorrow will be around 1. So that is quite a temperature plunge. Out ahead of it will be some rain showers that look to move through in the next few hours. There's a window of rain probably from about, 10:30 until about 1 or so. And then it dries out and then snow develops later this afternoon and tonight as temperatures continue to slide. Future look shows the rain coming through. There it is, right around 60. Then we go into the 40s and then into the 30s by 4. And notice we get into the snow late this afternoon and evening, with a quick 1 to 2 inches of snow this evening and tonight. Then tomorrow, cold air, very cold air for this time of the year. Winter type cold is coming over Lake Erie. That will help generate some lake effect snow showers tomorrow. Right now, the focus appears to be south of Buffalo. What's going to be interesting is that the lake is really losing a tremendous amount of ice. There's a lot of open water now, which wasn't the case even a few days ago. So we could see more lake snows than what Future Look is currently showing. Something we'll have to keep an eye on. Temperatures tomorrow, either way, is only in the 20s. It's cold Tuesday night. Wednesday, Another chilly day with temperatures in the 30s. So snowfall again tonight, 1 to 2 inches of quick accumulation, a few more in the hills, and wind stays elevated. It picks up a bit once the rain moves through, so gusty winds 40 to 45 miles an hour. Again, temperatures today I think will peak. I just upped the number to 61 because it's currently 60. Tomorrow morning, we're down into the teens, but single-digit wind chills. Tomorrow afternoon, we're only in the 20s, so more than half the temperature. Cold. I mean, look at that, 61 to 25. So yeah, you can do the math. We slice that number in two and then some. Wednesday, 33, 42, low 40s Thursday, Friday with a chance of a little light rain. These are not washouts by any stretch. Little ripples in the jet stream, bringing a few light rain showers of rain and snow into the weekend, Melissa. Sunday, what's going on this weekend?
March Madness.
That's right. Oh, and we've got
the Variety Telethon.
The Variety Telethon, yes. Saturday evening.
Yes.
We'll be there. Anyway, colder weather on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, and all these poor fans who are coming into town are really not getting Chamber of Commerce weather in Buffalo this week. But we will talk about the NCAA tournament, what teams are coming here, and what are tickets looking like right now, price-wise. We'll have more on that coming up right after the break. Stay with us. So as Patrick just mentioned, Michigan's got the cold weather right now, Patrick.
Right.
And then that cold weather is coming here. Michigan fans will also be coming here. They're following their cold weather. That's because we know that Michigan and Michigan State are both playing in the NCAA tournament that's kicking off on Thursday here in Buffalo, and then more games on Saturday. So yeah, we had Selection Sunday yesterday. We know which teams are coming and when they'll be playing. Are you interested at all in it?
Not unless my Trojans are in there. But it doesn't grab me. It did when I was in college. I was into it, and then I kind of.
And I went to Syracuse when they won the national championship with Carmelo Anthony and the Boeheim's team back in 2003. So I love watching college basketball and doing the brackets and everything. But Natalie has been live at KeyBank Center all morning long, where it's quiet, it's nice outside, it will be loud and not so nice outside later this week. Natalie, what's going on?
Yeah, Melissa, Patrick, it's funny that you're talking about all of the basketball wins that happened when you were in college. I went to Canisius, and they're still working on it. But that's okay. We're working on it. Maybe one day we'll make it to the tournament again. But what I can tell you is that the schools that are coming here, they'll start. USF and Louisville will kick off Thursday's games. They're going to be at 1:30 in the afternoon on Thursday. But their second game in that first session will be the 3 seed Michigan State taking on the 14 seed North Dakota. Their game is expected to start at 4:05 p.m. Then, of course, there's the second session where number 1 seed Michigan will take on the winner of the UMBC and Howard game. That game is expected to tip off at 7:10. The last game on Thursday is going to be a late one, but it'll be between the 8 seed University of Georgia and 9 seed St. Louis. That is expected to tip off at 9:45, and that's if everything goes to plan and they stay on track. I want to take a look at tickets for just a second. Good thing is if you want to go, there are plenty of tickets available, especially for Session 1. But right now through Ticketmaster, it's looking like your lowest price in the 300s is going to run you about $90. And you want to keep in mind that I'm sure there are a lot of people in Michigan right now who are trying to figure out this morning how to make this all work. So keep an eye on those tickets because they might start to go quickly once people start making hotel arrangements and travel plans to come here to Buffalo. There are a couple other things you want to keep in mind too. If you are going to both Session 1 and Session 2 on Thursday, you're going to have to leave KeyBank for about 90 minutes. Give them some time to do the turnover, the switchover. So you're going to want to maybe figure out what you want to do for dinner or what you want to do within those 90 minutes. There are a couple different options. There's going to be food trucks throughout the city. I'm sure wherever they can park, they'll be set up for you. And then also there's going to be a free shuttle bus service between the Chippewa Entertainment District and KeyBank. So you can hop on that. That's going to be running during that 90-minute period to and from, so you can go grab a bite to eat down there. And then there's also plenty of places to eat around KeyBank as well. Visit Buffalo was saying that we're very well prepared for all of these fans to come and be ready to eat. And the restaurants that we've spoken to so far have said that they're preparing to have a lot of people to get them in and out quickly so they don't miss any of their games. Melissa?
Yeah, I think that Visit Buffalo learned a lot from the last time around, what worked and what didn't. And I think one of the big complaints was there weren't enough food options. So that's why the food trucks are a really good option. But again, folks will be standing outside to get that food. And what are the temps looking like?
First of all, go to Bada Bing, get the A1 burger. You have time. You have 90 minutes. Go to Chippewa.
He's not being paid to say
A1
this.
burger. Or their white pizza is really good with these huge cloves of garlic.
Ooh.
Anyway, what did you ask? The temperature? It's going to be not bad.
No, I think people are more interested in the burger.
Yeah,
than
no, the A1 burger is to die for.
Like A1 steak sauce?
Yeah, in the meat. They like take it and groove it into the meat. So the meat
How does that go? That's how they do it.
How you do it.
Because no one actually wants to put A1 on a real steak.
Oh,
Who did steak in it?
Oh, I do.
You do?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Why don't you just put ketchup on your steak, though, right?
Exactly. Well, it's too hot. Ketchup is way too spicy for me. Just kidding. The temperatures for Thursday, and both Thursday and Saturday, 40.
Yeah. Not whether
cold.
That you want to hang out outside between these games.
And you know what? Right now, we have a chance of a little. It's hard to say if it's going to be raining at between the games at this point, but probably not. It's just going to be cloudy and cool.
So we know a lot of outer towners will come in, but if you are planning, if you live here and you're trying to go, maybe take the Metro Rail. Park somewhere far away, take the Metro Rail down so you don't need to worry about parking. And then you can also take advantage of the shuttle too. So yeah, you'll want to think about the parking, the food situation, pack some food if you want also. But there will be lots of volunteers from Visit Buffalo, all downtown spread out to help answer questions that locals might have or out-of-towners. But it'll certainly be a fun week here in Buffalo with so many people coming in for those games on Thursday and Saturday. All right, coming up after the break, we've got some special guests in studio to talk to us about Bornhava and a big, huge fundraiser that they're having coming up at the end of the month. You want to stick around for that. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Bornhava in Snyder offers early intervention and preschool programs for children with special needs, and they are having one of their biggest fundraisers of the year at the end of the month. And to share more about this place where amazing things happen every day, it's just more than just a slogan at Bornhava. We've got Shannon Karcher, who's the executive director, and Jerry Pustillo, one of the alumni parents and also board members. Thanks for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so Shannon, for those who don't know, explain what is Bornhava?
Sure. So we've been around over 40 years. We're a special needs preschool for kids that have some sort of developmental delay, whether it's a speech delay, gross motor, fine motor. They could have Down syndrome, autism, and so we work to help give these kids a head start before they go to school-age programming. So we do the therapies on site, we do everything through play so that we're down at their level, really just engaging in their world to try to help increase their skills.
Wow, okay, so 18 months to 5 years old. This is such a critical stage for even children who do not have disabilities, for learning how to potty train, and all of these social skills that go along with being a child. But then you're also dealing with children who have their own disabilities, and each child is so uniquely different. So how does your staff, make it such a special place and really, change the teaching for each individual student there?
A lot of it is just really building that relationship with each child and just getting down at their level and just trying to see what they're trying to communicate to us. Because a lot of it comes through their lack of ability to communicate, and then that becomes frustrating for them. So we have to teach them different ways to do the communication. It's not all verbal. Some of it's sign language, some of it's through devices. And we really just want to give them a chance to succeed and see their success. And so we love each kid there like they're our own. So we want to see them succeed. So our staff is just amazing. They just really work with each kid and trying to figure out the best way to approach them and to find their success.
Yeah, and so many different forms of therapy. We want to take some video of Crush the therapy dog, the St. Bernard, who goes in with his handler, Wendy, who's a volunteer. And Crush is a big, huge, gentle giant. But yeah, I was here for a Selfless Among Us story that we did about Wendy, the volunteer. But to see the kids here be able to tug on him, love him, touch him, I mean, this is just one way that they're learning too.
Yes, and so when we put out to try to get a therapy dog, and Crush was paired with us, and he was only a puppy when he came to us, but he was still over 100 pounds. And so Wendy comes in with Crush about once a month and goes to each of the classrooms and just really he gets right down, and if a child's really scared, he lays lower on the ground to try to connect with them. But he's just an amazing addition to our program, and Wendy is just super with us. She's actually training another dog, Chaos. So
the puppy.
Yes.
And Wendy and Crush will be at the fundraiser that we'll be talking about at the end of the month. But Jerry, Jory, your daughter, has now graduated from Bornhava, but she was there as a toddler and through, 5 years old. What was your experience like? First, why did you choose Bornhava, and what was your experience like with her there?
Yeah, we chose Bornhava because when Jory was born with Down syndrome, she qualified for a lot of early intervention services that were kind of coming to the house, but inconsistent. So we would just look for other options to see the better way to serve her, and Bornhava came up. And a little nerve-wracking at first because, she was 18 months old, but was able to go there. And I think the main thing for us was the welcome that we got, and just the staff just embraced her and treated her like one of their own kids, and that really made a difference for us. Like we felt supported. She had a communication delay, so the staff was really communicative about her day and what she was working on, so we knew what was going on. We were very involved in her programming, and she just did really well there. So
So communication and also physical needs also. She learned how to walk there, right?
Yep, she learned how to walk there. The physical therapist, OT, speech, they all worked together to help put together a really individualized program for her. So the walking piece, but then also, she had some difficulty swallowing, so they were able to help with her feeding stuff and things like that too. Wow. So.
And what about, teaching? Well, you and your wife are special. You have a background in special ed, so you also probably know a lot as well. But as far as Bornhava teaching the parents the skills they need to take home, and so what's happening in school is also happening at home. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was awesome to hear like what she was working on, so that we could transfer some of those skills in different settings. So we knew that she was working on it in school. We just made sure to build it into her day at home, and teach anybody else that was working with her, like at home, like grandparents and siblings, just what she's working on, so that we can relay back on how it's going at home as well.
And where is Jory now, and how is she doing?
She's doing great. She's in second grade over at Newport, doing awesome. She's in her gen ed class. She has an aid support, but her work at Bornhava got her ready for kindergarten, and she's just taken off from there. Really
a critical stage. And now you are a member of the board. Why did you want to become a board member at Bornhava?
Yeah, so because of all the time and effort that everybody put in with Jory, I wanted to give back a little bit. So wanted to be on the board and help support them and grow, and make sure they have everything so they can keep helping kids like Jory down the road.
Yeah, she had such a great experience. Every child deserves to have an experience like her at Bornhava. How important is fundraising, Shannon, to make sure that Bornhava can continue to provide these services for our children?
It's huge for us. So all our services are free to the families. So about 80% is paid through tuition rates in county, and then we have to fundraise for about 20% of it. So it's vital. I mean, costs are going up. We know they're going up. And so we need to continue to fundraise every year, and the auction that we have coming up is a huge part of that, and it really helps us to succeed. So
yeah, let's talk about the details of that auction. We have it here. It's Bet on Bornhava in Paradise. So it's a little bit of gambling, like Vegas style, but also you're encouraged to wear island chic. I will be emceeing it on Saturday, March 28th. What can folks expect? And tickets are still available, right?
Tickets are still available. Yep, you can go to bornhavaauction.com to get tickets. There's also the silent auction that's online right now. We'll have grazing stations, and then the casino gambling, which is not, it's more play-like gambling, but it's so much fun. We had so much fun last year. It was just a great time. Crush will be there. Nice. We'll have music, and it's just a really good time to celebrate what we do at Bornhava.
Yeah, and if you can't make it on Saturday the 28th, you can still bid on some silent auction items online. What are some of the good packages or the good items that you're eyeing up for both of you?
Well, this year we have a autographed signed football from Josh Allen, so that's going really well right now. We have a Dawson Knox signed helmet. We have some getaways for the weekend. We have some dinner packages. There's just a lot of, we have Sabres stuff. Alex Tuck has always been a good friend of Bornhava, so he has given us some stuff to auction off too.
First time that the Sabres are really doing as well in the silent auction side as the Bills items are. It's great to see.
Yeah.
And again, for the fundraising, it's helping to keep the services free for the children, but also you've got a big expansion that you're working on also.
Yeah, so we want to expand. We need to have some more therapy area. Also with our really cold winters. We need to have more places inside to be able to play and grow, because we have great outdoor space, but sometimes it's prevented because of the coldness, or even in the summer when it's way too hot. So we're really looking to expand. We also want to add 2 more classes so that we can have more kids off our wait list and we can give those services.
I was just going to say, there is a wait list of lots and lots of children, and families are hoping to get into Bornhava because it's such a wonderful place. Jerry, any final thoughts that you want to leave us with?
Just come out to the auction, have a good time. There's a lot of activities going on there. The silent auction has a lot of cool activities too. So we just appreciate the support.
And Shannon, what's the best way that folks can find you and check out things that are happening at Bornhava?
So you can go to bornhava.org, and that will link. There's a link on there to go to our auction, or bornhavaauction.com, and everything for the auction is right there.
Wonderful. Well, it's going to be a great time. I'm so happy to be there for my first time at the auction. Again, it's on March 28th. We hope you'll join us and raise some funds for Bornhava to keep helping families like Jerry's with Jory and so many other families across Western New York. Thanks for being here. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.